All right, hello and welcome to the WFO Racing League's Twisted Tuesday Can-Am Pro Series live at Kentucky Motor Speedway tonight. I'm your main commentator, Vern, and I'm joined in the booth here with my co-commentator. Got the Coop, Bradley Cooper, in here.
Welcome, everyone.
We're going to bring this to you. This is chase race number 4 of 5, Coop. 4 of 5, so the points are getting down to the wire now.
Yep, guys that pretty much made their bed. If you're probably out of the top 5, it's time to look forward to next season. But we got a lot of racing left to do. Anything can happen.
Yes, sir. And while they're going out on the racetrack, I think we need to take a look at our starting grid here. Coop, you want to do it, or you want me to, or?
I'll run down through it. Richard Spriger's going to start EOL, and I believe he qualified late, so Jeff T. Martin will have first position. I believe inside of him will be Austin Wagner in the 19, Burt Wilson in the second row. Dylan Altum's also starting from the pits. I believe it's a late EOL. Rick Fagone's going to start 6th tonight with Adam McKinney. And 7th, Troy Cook in 8th. Garrett Humlinger 9th. Larry Andressen, I believe I got that
You
right.
got it right. Ding, ding, ding. Good
11th.
job, Coop.
11th is Jared Cox. Corey Cook 12th. Hal Amy 13th. Steve Blankenship in 14th. 15th will be Tyler Lambert. Russell Charneski 16th. 17th, Philip Temples. And Zach McDaniel will round out your field. I think we have the 108 out there as well, Leo Lords. So he'll technically be starting from the 19th position.
Yeah, and as you say that, pace car's off, and we are green flag. Green flag's in the air here at Kentucky Motor Speedway for the Twisted Tuesday Can-Am Pro Series. Austin Wagner let it out there. I'd have thought that the control car, well, they're not really a control car. They go on green. I'm not sure the 19 didn't go a little early, Coop.
I don't know. They're probably going to review that if it did happen, but looked like he got a pretty good start.
Yeah, we got the best admin in the business, in my opinion, working on it. That's Tim Hamlet. So if he didn't, he got one hell of a start. That's all I can say.
Well, they're 3 wide back there for 5th place.
Oh, that's battling. They're bringing it, Coop.
See if they can get the tires warmed up and get this sorted out.
No, we're going to get back there. That 04 and 70 got really close right there. Really, really close.
Tires are still really cold. It's hard to tell if you're going to come out the other side there.
Yeah, it takes about a lap and a half, 2 laps to really get the temperatures up and a little heat in those tires. So the cars should be starting to come around this lap. We'll see who's got what. You see the 70 of Burt Wilson there. He's working with racing around close to the 04 Larry Anderson.
Andreessen is there. He's picking up now. I think he was just trying to get the car under him. Now he feels comfortable with what the tires are doing.
Yeah, you see him making a move underneath that 10 car, Rick Fagone, right there. 10 car's going real high right now. I'm going to bet he's taking care of his tires, Scoop.
That's smart. This track's really aggressive on tires, especially running that bottom groove.
That 61 of Corey Cook, though, I can tell you from experience, that driver won't waste no time picking his way up through these guys.
This was Corey's first win, I believe, last season.
I think it was, now that you mentioned it there, Coop. You see Corey going to the inside. We're 3 wide.
Wow, going into 3 like that. Rick Fagone.
They worked out good. Oh, no, that 70 disappearing like that, though, won't be too good, will it?
No.
Things will get a little rough.
I think Ricky's backing off. He doesn't want any part of this with that connection problem.
All right, we got some fans coming in and watching. Brooke, good to see you there. Cindy Teed, Mike Riddle, Haley Frey, Little Mikey. Good to have you all come in tonight. We got a race.
Pass for 9th place now. Corey Cook working around Jared Cox for the 9th position.
And we're back there on that battle right now.
He looked inside, and I think he lost a lot of momentum going inside there.
I can go ahead and tell you that my trading paints ain't working, Coop.
Yeah, mine's not working either.
Every time they do these updates, it seems to mess things up. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, the automatic updaters. It's when they install a new version and you have to delete the old one that it starts working again.
All right, so I refired it up there, and we'll see if it'll we'll see if it'll load the paints, refresh them while we're going here. It may or may not. I'm not going to make any promises because, like I said, we had iRacing updates. I did like 6 gigs to this computer before I could use it tonight.
Wow.
Oh, I had an update for the operating system for that. There were 13 updates for Discord, and this is just since between now and last Wednesday.
What could they possibly have done in 7 days?
Well, I can tell you what Discord successfully done in 7 days. In 6 days, they broke Discord so the link don't work no more. So if you click on our link now, it doesn't. It gives you an error 404. So
Cool.
Hopefully Discord can get that sorted out pretty soon. And I do see a couple of white cars on the track. That'll be momentarily while it's loading their paint, and it is updating the paints right now. So I can confirm, Coop, that trading paints is working.
Good. I might refresh mine. See all these beautiful paint schemes.
Oh, we got some pretty ones tonight. Take a look at that 27 car right there.
I was looking at that 61 and tagged that apron out of 4.
Yeah, he's in the after it refresh. He's in the interstate batteries car. So he got around the 13 though. He's up to the 6th position, but he's still behind the. I'll tell you one that I'm impressed with, and that's the 04 Larry Anderson. Anderson really took care of those tires there on the start of that coupe, and now he's starting to pull away from them guys behind him a bit.
Yeah, he's starting to pick up on the 3rd place there with Garrett Helllinger, and he's making up a little ground on the leaders too.
Yeah, so that I don't think it was that long ago we were at 1.5 miles, and that 04 was actually in the battle for the win there at the end.
Yeah, I know he was in the battle at Talladega. He was close for that one. In the Canning, or maybe it was the trucks. I can't remember now. He's been up front a lot the past 3 or 4 weeks. And I don't think he's a chase driver this season. I don't think he met enough races. But next season, he's definitely in contention if he does this.
Yeah, absolutely. If he makes the races next season, there's no doubt that the 04 is going to be one to watch out for. He's definitely shown some consistency, Coop. And that's about 3/4 of the battle for racing for a championship.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, Diana.
To show up.
Hello, Diana, Lindsay, Denise. Thanks for coming in, tuning in, and watching.
I think we're about to have a pass for the lead. The 14 of Jeff T. Martin coming up on Austin Wagner.
He's moving up on him pretty quick here, isn't he? He's another one. This track kind of fits right down to the driving style of Jeff, the lines he runs and stuff.
Yeah.
And you can see he's getting a really good run off the corner and down the straightaway here, Coop. He might take a look to the inside here.
There he goes.
Going into turn 3.
Oh,
he clears them.
Crossover.
Nice pass. Very nice pass, but the crossover's going to happen here.
You can hear the tires screaming from across the track.
I know it. It's awesome. iRacing did do some updates to the V7 tire model. I know that we've had it on this car now for 2 builds, but it did get some updates to it, and the tire squeal is one of the things that have been more dominant that I've noticed out of the car. I like it.
Have they implemented the tire model into any other vehicles?
Yes, they have. I can confirm that the trucks have it and the Cup cars have it. I'm not going to confirm on the Xfinity right now. I think they do, but they might not.
So I'm going to guess that the archive vehicles didn't see any attention, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Well, I think they gave up on them altogether. We tried to do a race last night, and it didn't work out very well at all.
Technically, the K&N's an archive vehicle.
Right.
Because it's not a latest and greatest, but I was really happy to see the K&N get the nod to beta test this tire model.
Yeah.
I mean, I was very happy to see that. I've been on iRacing, most of you have already known because I've said it before, since beta in 2008. And this is by far my favorite 1.5 mile car, Coupe.
Oh, definitely. The way it drives and steering with the throttle, the sensation of the tires coming in and getting the car under you. Like, it's all there now. I don't know what they were thinking with the last build, but this one's good.
Yeah, they definitely. I'm going to say it reminds me a lot of tire models that we've had in the past. I mean, it's been back and forth with me personally. We've gotten some tire models that I didn't like, and we've gotten some that just fit my driving style better. And I really like this tire model. I not only think that I'm not going to say that it fits my driving style the best, Coop, but what it does do is it really it pushes me to take care of the car for the long run.
Right.
And that's important in anything.
Well, the most important thing I think that you're getting out of this is the feedback of the car. You're actually feeling what it's doing. Early on in the run, you feel that it's tight. You feel there's no grip. The run progresses. You feel the heat. The car gets better. And you kind of know what tire is burning up. You just feel that's the most important thing when driving is the input the car gives you.
Well, I'd say it's working.
Yeah, definitely. We got a pass back here for the 10th spot, a little battle between the 21 and the 22. We got Richard Springer and they made contact. 22 up,
22 up the hill a little bit there.
Did a good job keeping that thing down there.
An Office Depot car, Philip Temples. Philip's been with us a while. He hasn't made a start in quite a while. He said he's been doing a lot of road course racing, so he's making a start here tonight. Philip Temples, I've known for quite a while on iRacing, for years now, and he actually lives in the same county I do in Florida, so we're not very far apart in real life.
He's not the guy with the antenna, is he?
No, that's my next door neighbor, Coop.
Right.
I still haven't asked him what he does with that thing, but
microwaves popcorn.
Maybe he microwaves popcorn. Maybe he's talking to aliens. I don't know. It's possible. It looks just like a cell antenna on top of it, like they have on a tower. The whole circle array of shit. So I don't know. We'll see if the UFO flying saucers start landing in the yard. I know what's going on, Coop. I know shit's about to go down, man.
So I'm checking back here with 18th. Hal Amy started 13th tonight, and he's about 10 seconds back from the leader. He's he's a lot off pace right now. I don't know if he's saving or if he just hasn't figured it out yet.
I don't know. I mean, this is one of the tracks that I would think would kind of fit Hal and his driving style, but again, based off his win in Chicagoland, which these two tracks, don't get me wrong, they don't drive nothing alike.
Right.
Kentucky is a mile and a half that drives more like a short track, in my opinion. Where Chicagoland is a unique track. I think it drives different than any other track that we go to, Coop.
Well, that's got the curved backstretch, right?
Yes. I think it drives different, and Chicagoland is where Hal got his win at earlier in the season.
Right.
So I know that track fits Hal well. I would think Kentucky would be close to fitting him well. I think this is the kind of track that he can get around, so maybe these changes is just Hal figuring the car out now.
He is definitely fighting a tight condition right now. He's coming out of 4 a lot more ginger than everybody else, and it's gonna come to him. He'll figure it out.
The car that I'm surprised is back here is that 92 car, Dylan Altum.
He started from the pits, I believe. I think he qualified late. Meanwhile, we got a battle back up front. The 19 looking inside of the 14 right now.
We're back up there as this run goes on. They'll be making green flag stops before too long. I'm looking at the lap count right now. You see Jeff Martin working a little bit higher line up there. And then Austin Wagner bringing it in on the bottom. You would think running the higher line, that 14 would get a bunch more momentum, but it actually did.
Yeah, it just took it a minute to kick in, the rubber band.
So it did work for him. The guy that's really
19 looked tight.
The guy that's really fast here is Greg Rourke, but he didn't come in and race tonight. I'm going to have to message Greg and see what's going on lately. this is a home track for him, but it's also a home track for the number 8 car. Let's find him real quick. That's Steve Blankenship. And I don't think Moody's in it tonight, but Moody's the other one that's from Kentucky. So
Something that comes to mind is a specific race. Starts with a P.
Pocono.
Yeah. Possibly still what could have been
Weighing on him a little bit.
for Gray. Yeah. He had that race wrapped up.
Yeah, and then that was a late caution, wasn't it?
He had a penalty.
Right.
He had a double
that's
serve.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, pit road penalties. Meanwhile, we've seen a lot of single file racing, Coop. Obviously, we're caution free right now, and I haven't really seen a lot of battles throughout the rest of the track. One of the
First and 10th. This is pretty single file.
One of the other drivers I'd keep an eye on, but it looks like he might have had some contact with the outside wall. That's the 20 car of Russell Charneski. Charneski's definitely got damage up there on that right front, Coop.
Tarneski started from the back. He's been working through some lap traffic, or not lap traffic, but some slower cars.
Oh, yeah, you can take a look at that right front there. Right there, it looks like a modified. Oh, you see him get really close there with that 27 at Jared Cox on this view that I'm on. Charneski's going to maintain the position here. But definitely got a considerable amount of damage on that right front there. I'm going to stay on that camera and go through a few cars here, Coop.
Okay.
We'll go up to Leo Lurch. You can see the front of his car looks good, so he hasn't had any, what's it say on the hood? Men of Mayhem, Kentucky. I wonder if that has to do with Mayhem Moody.
I don't think so.
I don't know, man. They're calling themselves the Men of Mayhem. He's on that team. Oh, Leo just bounced the wall a little bit, Coop. He scraped it. That don't do nothing but knock that right rear end a little, make the car more aerodynamic and faster. All right, so up one from him there. We're going to get on board with Tyler Lambert in the 9 car. Does it look like there might be a tad bit of damage on that right side, Coop?
Yeah. I think both of them have a little damage on them.
Yeah, it's a little flat down that right side of the car, so it'd be the left side from the camera angle I'm on, but it's definitely a little bit flat through there. All right, let's go up one ahead of him. We might see a battle up here with Zach McDaniel in the 42 and Adam McKinney in the 13.
I think we're going to see some green flag pit stops, too.
Yeah, I think so, too, right now, actually. Let's switch our camera views around so we can get to some of that.
Jeff Martin,
I think the 14 bringing her down pit road now, ain't he?
Yep. The 04 behind him.
There's the 14 right now making his way down pit road. So this is our first round of green flag pit stops, lap 30.
What's going on, Garrett?
What's up?
And there's Garrett Robinson joining us in the booth here. Garrett, how you doing, young man?
All right.
Yeah, I talked to you earlier. Then you disappeared. What, did you talk to the girlfriend or what there, Garrett? What's going on?
Yeah, I guess.
Talking to the girlfriend. She gonna buy you a new set of Fanatic pedals?
Nah.
Garrett and Vern are gonna be on a mission from now up until what, about March, Garrett, and then we really go on a mission.
Yeah.
Garrett's gonna try to help develop the oldest pro in iRacing. That the best way to put it, Garrett?
I guess.
I'm going to run Road to Pro for the dirt car. And Garrett's going to run Road to Pro. And me and Garrett are going to team up.
Everybody loves a good comeback story.
There you go. That's your comeback story. I'm doing it. I thought about it, and I'm doing it. I'm fast in the dirt cars, and I think it'll be a lot of fun.
So as that shook out there, Vern, I believe the 19 is going to come out first. The 14 must have had a bad pit stop. He went a lap down.
Yeah,
I guess the 19 hasn't pit yet, maybe?
I don't think the 19's pitted yet. He hasn't. I
He's
didn't know they
checking
could get
another-
this. I didn't think they could go this far on fuel. They're
These stints here.
33
That's
laps. Yeah, the cars that I got haven't pitted are the top four: him, Springer, Temples, and McDaniel. So the 19 is staying out again. These cars obviously are getting a tad bit better fuel mileage than they did before.
Well, if I'm the 19, I'd probably pit now. You don't want to lose too much ground to the 14. He was right with you when you pitted.
Well, we got a lone green flag run to start this thing, and there's no reason not to think with, as tight as the car looks, as stable as it looks around here, we won't go with tight, we'll go with stable. But there's no reason to think that this thing couldn't go green, Coop. Here he comes. What'll be 35 when he goes by the line, so if he goes 35 here, that's going to be 70 before he has to stop again, or 69, somewhere in there, 68. Man, I'll tell you what, I think he ran this out a little bit farther so he can do it one less stop than them other guys. Looking at the math, I think he can do it.
I was just looking at the lap times. It was about a second difference between the tires there, so it wasn't a big dramatic deal. He wasn't losing that much ground.
Yeah, we'll have to see how he comes out. You see McDaniel comes in at the same time he does here. There's Dylan Altum in the 92. He's going to go ahead and stretch the run out a bit.
I think Jeff's going to come out. He's going to be about.
He'll be the leader. Jeff will be
seconds,
the leader.
Yeah.
And we'll have to see, like you said, what the lead comes out to when he comes out. It looks like the 04 Anderson's going to take over second there, Coop.
Yeah, that early pit definitely helped those guys. They picked up a second a lap. That 3 laps, that's a lot of time.
We'll have to see why Garrett Robinson's not in the car out there tonight.
No pedals.
No pedals. You could use the buttons, Garrett.
Not at Kentucky.
Wondering what happened with the 51, Coop. He's being scored 2 laps down right now. Penalty, maybe?
So we can go back and find out. I'll look through it.
He's got a couple of incidents I can see, but...
He lost it coming down pit road.
Did he?
Yeah, he locked it up on the apron and slid right down into the inside wall.
That'll definitely do it to you. Bad enough that he had to use a fast repair, or what?
No, but he fell off the track and it made him tow. I think he slid into that inside where that garage chute is there.
Right.
And it made him tow, I guess, or I'm not sure exactly what happened there.
So the lead is almost 5 seconds right now that the 14 has over the 04. But I don't think the 04 is up very far on the 19. He's not. He's got maybe
about a second.
About a second on him, right. Another guy hanging around, and I'm watching this for the points battle because if I go take a look at the K&N points, it's close.
Between?
Well, it's an 8-point difference between Charneski and Austin Wagner. Wagner obviously being the leader. Troy Cook, though, is only 11 points out, and he's tied dead even with our leader there, which is Jeff Martin. Right? No, Jeff Martin's 21 out. Helmlinger and Troy Cook are tied. Where's Helmlinger at now? Top 5?
Yeah, Helmlinger's sitting in the 5th position.
So you got Helmlinger in the 5th position. You got Wagner, who's the points leader, in 3rd. And you got Jeff Martin, who's 21 points out, leading the race right now. I'll tell you, man, that 19 come off pit road, and I expected him to run that 04 down, and he's not. He's actually under fire from the 21 car, Coop.
And Austin's a little off pace on this stint.
Maybe it's something he figured out on the tires to take care of the tires a little bit longer. I don't know. Because
they're both catching the 04, so.
Right. But Springer was he's just been running all over the back of that 19 car. What do you think, Get It? Get It, Robinson! Can we get your take on this, Get It? He's avoiding me now. I threw him in the spotlight, Coop.
He's on Google right now looking at Finitech pedals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was asking for him for Christmas from his mom earlier, so...
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Garrett gets
I
what
love
he
his
wants.
son, but not that much.
That's Garrett. He'll get what he wants. Won't you, Garrett? He ain't saying nothing. Get It is missing in action. How'd our buddy Hal do from them pit stops?
Hal's shaping up in the 16th position. So he gained 2.
17th there. He just handed one over to Leo Lortz in the 108 there.
Man, Hal is way off the pace tonight.
Hopefully during these green flag runs he can get something figured out, get a little bit more speed there. Because if I look right behind Hal, I see the leader, that 14 of Jeff Martin. That means that 3 car is not very many seconds from going a lap down here, Coop.
I don't know if it's...
We'll have to watch his line that he's running, because if you look, it doesn't look like he's letting the car come out enough to diamond the corner on the straightaway. And it's like he's overdriving the corner and the car won't get down to the bottom and rotate, Coop.
Oh, he's really throwing it in there low. You know, he's following the 108's line right now.
But if you look, he doesn't seem to be able to get the car down to that line that the 108's going to.
Right.
I
think he's back on the throttle a little early.
You might be exactly right. That might be exactly what it is. But it's also on entry. You can look, and he just can't get down there because he's carrying too much momentum. When he comes into that corner, the car's carrying so much momentum that it won't slow down enough to go to the bottom of the racetrack.
Maybe drag. I mean, he can.
I dragged the brake
where they want. Drag the brake, yeah.
Yep, that's how I'd correct that. I just dragged the brake on the car. You can see that it's driving off a little bit harder than these other guys are too. So it's really putting a lot of pressure on the right front.
Yeah, he's burned it up on this stunt. He's gonna probably subside to a lap down here.
Yeah, you can see the leader is right there right now. Jeff Martin in the 14, easily going to get by the 3 car right here. Going to take a look to the bottom, and there he goes. But if a caution comes out, the 3 is the first car in line to get a lucky dog. So there is that, but, I mean, you can take a look that the line that the 14 and the 3's running are just 2 completely different lines.
Hal's just not able to get that bottom groove yet. I think he needs to either back the corner up or, like you said, drag the brake.
Yeah, if you
down there a little lower.
You can drive this car 2 ways into the corner. You can either drive it in hard and drag the brake and get it down there, or you can back off of it a little earlier and not drag the brake. You know what I mean? That's your 2 choices with it.
I think the latter would probably be faster at the start, but
actually stabbing the brake and getting it down there is a faster way in the long run.
That's what I mean. And then
roll it
that corner up.
Roll it on fresh tires, and then as your tires wear, just go ahead and drive it in a little deeper and stab the brake to turn it down.
Send it and bend it.
That'd be my guess on it. Send it and bend it till it's what?
Smoking and broken.
That's right. Smoking and fucking broken. Where is Nation 01 at tonight?
I have no idea.
We're missing Nation.
Probably coloring.
He's coloring, laying on the floor with a coloring book. It is good to see everyone that's joined us tonight, putting all the Driver of the Day votes in. We definitely appreciate that week in and week out. And to know that next week we're going to finish off the season and crown champions is crazy. It's insane. It's like it went by too fast. But I can use a little break, I'm not going to lie, Coop.
Yeah, I could use a little break from the month of December. That's
The month of hell.
yeah. The days are short, but
The-
they seem so long.
Yep. Start off the day at dark and finish it at dark, Coop. It's bullshit.
Yep.
On the other side of that, it's all about what do you want for Christmas? And when your kids are little, it's easy. I ain't going to lie, because you just get them whatever the fuck you want.
You get in the box that it came in.
Right. And
You're playing with a toy, and they're playing with a box.
Exactly. And they'll love the hell out of it. But, man, as they start when they get the teenager status and stuff, you don't even want to ask them what they want, Coop. It is game on. Oh, we got a caution. What happened? Oh, track map. They're all spread out. I'm going to have a hard time finding it. I don't see no one slow, Coop. Who was it?
The 27 car, Jared Cox, on the backstretch. I believe he hit the wall coming out of 2. So.
Yeah, he's got damage on the car. So the 27 of Jared Cox did it on the backstretch. Let's hit an instant replay, burn it down with fire, and see what the hell happened to the 27. How did all this go down? What broke our green flag run streak here, Coop?
I believe lack of track.
Lack of track, he said. Oh, he got into the outside wall, and there he goes around, and he backs it to the inside wall. Man, if that car had stayed about half a car length lower down under that yellow line, we might not have seen a caution.
I don't know if they wouldn't have implemented the safer barrier, you might have made it through that corner, too.
I'll tell you what, and Hal Amy may have been the first car lap down there. It was either him or Leo Lortz. I'm going to say it was. I'm scoring it. Actually.
Yeah, it was a 3-car lucky dog.
Yep, 3-car got it. Hal Amy. So that caution was a big break for that feller. You can see the leaders on pit road now. 21 of Springer, 14, 19. Springer, Martin, and Wagner. Burt Wilson back there in a 70 car. That's your top 4. Who's going to win the race off pit road? 14's off the jack, but the 21, no, the 14's going to beat him. 21's going to come out second. He had the first pit stall, the 21 did, Coop, but it was too far from the line. Damn it, shit happens. So the 3 got the big break there, and that was a huge break for him, Coop.
Well, it's going to be a big break for Dylan Altum, and Troy Cook's going to get one of his laps back.
Yeah, they can take a wave around here, right?
Right.
And I think that's what they're in line to do up there. Actually, they are. They're in front of the leaders, so when these cars here get the 1 to go, they'll be able to take a wave around. We see the 27 of Jared Cox going to pit road. The 51's not going for the wave around.
What are you doing, Troy?
Not sure about that, but he probably should have stayed out and got a lap back there. Because he's 2 laps down, so he really needed to get one of that, and if we got another caution, he could get the lucky dog,
Yeah.
But he brings it back to pit road, and the 92 is going to stay out, so when they go 1 to go, the 92 is going to get his lap back, and he'll be back on the lead lap. So they'll have him restart right back there with that 3-car Hal Amy. Difference is the 3-car is going to have fresh tires, where the 92 is going to have a few laps on his. But they hadn't went very many laps on that stint there. Let's see what... I don't think Troy Cook had more than, 15, 16 laps on him, Coop?
Yeah, I'm not sure why he pitted there.
I don't know.
There's the fuel stint, but, you're 2 laps down, so it doesn't matter what the leaders are doing on fuel. You need to get back on the lead lap before you even worry about that.
You have to do something different from them in order to make something like that happen. So, yeah, I'm with you, Coop. I would have stayed out like the 92 is here and went ahead and taken the wave around. Because if I'm not mistaken, that 51 was one of the last ones to make his green flag pit stop the last time. So, about 18 laps on the tires for that 92 car. But I'd say after about 12 or 13 laps under green, that it ain't going to be that much of a difference, really. Thank you, Missy.
Well, we're doubling up.
Doubling up. There he goes, 92 taking the wave around.
I think it's just enough time for me to go grab another beer.
Yep. Still 19 cars in the race. 2x2 lights are out on the pace car. We will go green next time by. Restart will be on the leader. That's going to be the 14 car, Jeff Martin. Yeah, got to keep that chat moving on. If you haven't voted for your driver, favorite driver, or driver period for driver of the day, make sure you get those votes in. Vote now, or forever hold your vote. Vote now, but not often. You can only vote one time. Unless you got several different YouTube accounts.
Or you're a Democrat.
Or you're a Democrat. That's right. Coop just opened that beer as he said that. Fucking Democrats. Hope there ain't no Democrats watching. If there are, don't take offense to it. We're just not your type. All right, here we go.
Tell you about that later.
The 14 got a nice restart there. He went ahead and took advantage of that. When that pace car left, he rolled out some. Got him about a half a second there on the start, Coop.
That's a hell of a start. And 19 really off pace too, going into 2.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the 19's having problem on the with the lower tire pressures here or what's going on, but you're right. I mean, he's struggling on these restarts. Well, this is our only restart so far, but we even seen it after they come
the
out.
initial start of the race.
We've seen it on the initial start, and we've seen it after he made that first green flag pit stop, Coop. It's like he couldn't get going quick enough on the short run. You can see he's not falling too far off the 21 here. The battle's back there with Red DeBarber and the 9 car. Tyler Lambert back there with the 61 of Corey Cook, and who else is there? 22 of Philip Temples. This is a battle for the top 5, Coop.
Yeah, Corey Cook on the outside. Phillips going to hold it down there. Not too bad for a road course guy. Holding his own.
There we go. We're calling in some more votes. They're coming out. Rednecks Racing putting one in for the 14 there. Good one to vote for. I'd say he's got the most laps led in the book so far tonight.
Jumping on that bandwagon, didn't he?
He jumped right on it, Coop. I'll tell you what, I see Hal Lamy back there in the middle of a battle, too, and he's gained some positions working the outside of the 8-car Steve Blankenship here. Maybe he found something on that middle line there, Coop. You see, he's going to get a little better momentum.
Up his tires running back there, too.
Look at that. Good entry into the corner there, running a little bit higher line, but gets the momentum down the straightaway. I think he's going to clear the 8-car here and take the spot away. So where Hal Lamy was 17th and a lap down before that caution come out, all of a sudden he's on the lead lap up here in 12th position, Coop. He's closing right in on the 2 in front of him.
Yeah, it's a 70 of Burt Wilson and the 13 car Adam McKinney. They're having a little battle of their own for the 10th position.
Why they get side by side, that's going to allow that 3-car Hal Lamy to move right up on their bumper here.
Choose it wisely, Hal. I'd probably take that outside.
I'd take the middle. Split the middle, Coop. That's where he's been running.
Yeah.
That's where he's been running it. Might as well stay there, and he's going to do it. He's going to split that middle.
He's going to pass another one,
Actually, he's going to turn farther left and drive underneath of the 70 there, and the 70's going to disappear momentarily.
Pulling a David Blaine on him.
He's disappearing quite a bit, and Hal Lamy's going to clear him in the 3-car, Coop. Slide it up. There you go.
Where did that
crossover? Crossover. 70's going to pull back underneath up and down the backstretch.
We even got a tighter battle back here with right behind him, the 13, the 8.
But it shouldn't hurt Hal. He's been running real good up there in that middle line. So 70's disappeared, but Hal Lamy's going to get to run off the corner and take the spot. That moves the 3-car into the top 10. This is best run yet, Coop.
There you go. Hal, figured it out, buddy. Wow,
Yeah.
the 13 almost took out the 20 back there.
Yeah, this is some good racing back here outside of the top 10 all the way to the back of the field. I mean, these guys are going at it. You see Troy Cook there, which he's a couple of laps down if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Him and the 92 are actually a couple of laps down, so 92 won't be much of a factor because he had 18 laps on his tires when they took the restart there.
I thought the 92 got a lap back. What happened there?
He did get one back. He might have been about 3 down. You know what? Wonder if he pitted. Go back and take a look. He might have stopped on pit road there, Coop.
I don't know. He hit the wall. He's got a lot of damage on that right front.
Not the car I just seen.
Yeah, look at the rear chase on the 92. It's got a ripped up right
Oh,
front.
you're right. Whole right front's ripped up on it.
He was back on the lead lap after that caution. I know he was.
You're right, Coop.
I don't know if he crashed it.
Meanwhile, ain't no one on this run really had nothing for that 14 car. He's up to about 0.8 of a second right now on Austin Wagner. The real question's what happened to the 21 of Springer because he wasn't. Damage on that right front. Whole right side's going to tell that story.
Yep.
He's in a whole mess of a battle right there with the 77 and the 42, Garrett Helmlinger and Zach McDaniel. So I think we know what happened to the 21. It would be the outside wall. Happened. And hard. But I'm going to tell you right now, don't look back too far, and you're going to find that 3-car Hal Amy. I believe he's running them down.
Up. Yeah, he's moving right on up.
You can see he's ahead of the 70 of Burt Wilson right here, running in the 10th position. Hal's still working the middle of the track, and it just pays dividends for him down the straightaway. You can see him pull a couple car lengths on the 70 down the straightaway there. He's going to back up the corner a little bit. Actually, he's able to get the car down a little bit lower than he was running earlier. I think Hal might have got it figured out. They're battling back here with Charneski and Troy Cook, Larry Anderson, Blankenship, McKinney, all of them.
Yeah, the field's a little more on top of each other this time around. It didn't spread out quite as quickly.
Get back here around the 11th to 15th spot. Actually, 11th to 18th. These guys are right in line here. And I'm glad I included back there to a little farther because there's Leo Lortz in the 108 right with these guys. Not too far behind him's the 27 of Jared Cox. We're side by side with the 20 and the 04. I'm really surprised about the 20 car Russell Charneski tonight, Coop.
Yeah, he seems to be struggling.
He's usually a car that we see right up in the front, competing for the win. So it's a little odd seeing that car off the pace like this. Maybe this new update just ain't agreeing with. Oh, man. We about had us a show right there.
Blankenship just let off in time.
He lifted for him, and that's going to allow the 13 and the 108 to get a run on him here. So you lift to cut a guy a break, man, and you get freight train, Coop.
It's usually how it works out.
That's exactly how it works out.
After a while.
Unfortunately, that is exactly how that shit works.
Well, look at that. We got an HJRM engine breaking the top 5. Not an official team driver, but he drives the engines.
You're paying attention. We're on lap 69.
Ooh.
There's McKinney. Now he's going to make a dive to the inside. Oh, he's going to clear him. That's a bold move, and he made it stick, Coop. But you see the run to 8's getting. He's all over the bumper of the 13. Blankenship's a really clean driver, though. He's not really one. You can get a little slide jump on him, and it ain't going to upset him enough to give you some bumper love. Some of them guys, you do that to them, and they'll bumper love you. Blankenship ain't like that, though.
I call it fan mail.
Fan mail, huh?
Yeah.
Now 1.2 second lead now for the 14 of Jeff Martin. Over the 19 Austin Wagner. Wagner's got about the same amount of distance on the 61 of Corey Cook back here. Corey Cook's going to be your third place guy. Then the next two closest together back there will be the 22 and the 10. That's Philip Temples and Rick Fagone. So I know that Temples told me he spent a lot of time turning left and right, running road course stuff, but he's got that car up in the fourth position here. All right, Garrett.
I'm going to my RV. I'll see y'all later.
All right, Garrett's headed back to the RV for the night. He's a little bit tired. Them girls warm out.
All at the same time, or?
No, he probably. Garrett's like, what, 16? Garrett, 17?
Yeah, I'm about to be 18.
About to be 18, so he.
I hear that.
What'd you take on, like 5 or 6 of them girls at once?
I don't know.
All the fangirls that hang out around the broadcast booth, that is. Don't forget to put your heat on in that RV, Garrett, because it is cold here tonight.
Yeah, I will.
All right, Garrett, you have a good night.
All right, see you.
Make sure you use protection. That's Garrett Robinson right there, heading out for the night. All right, so Diana asked where Troy and Dylan are, so we're going to cruise back there for just a second. Only one back farther than them is Springer. He has really fallen off, Coop. We've seen Springer going backwards, and he has really went all the way back to the 19th position here.
Yeah, he pitted after he hit the wall there. Yeah.
He used his fast repair. Man, he's still coming way out close to that wall on corner exit, though.
This track must have changed. You see guys like Hal Amy that have just rocketed up to the top 10 all of a sudden, and then you got Richard, who was driving top 6, 7. Now he's all the way back to 19th because the track changed.
I think you're right. I think all of them running the bottom like that, the track probably built some rubber up on the bottom and made the middle just a little bit better, Coop. But when they make these long runs like this, that's when you really see who's got what for the duration of the run.
You got to be adaptable and get around this place. It's an ever-changing track.
Like if I'm looking right now, one of the movers is the 20-car Russell Charneski, as I'm scoring him an 11th spot now. And you can see that the 3-car Hal Amy's fading back now. He's all the way back to the 13th position here. See the 13 of McKinney going by the 3-car here. He's still running the middle. It just ain't working out for him now. I think what we're seeing happen, Coop, is he's to the point on the tire run where he needs to start using the brake to turn the car down.
Yeah, start backing up the corner more, braking, because it's not going to be. It's not going to drive the same after 15 laps.
Exactly. I think when he's doing fine on the short run, he's just not transitioning over well with the car on the long run. He's not keeping up with the car. When those tires get to that point right there, you're right. I mean, you either got to check up and you know, lift a little bit earlier and get yourself a little more slowdown time going into the corner, or just jab the brake when you get there.
And you'll know when it reaches that point, because your turn off's going to be different.
Yeah,
it won't feel tight.
It won't feel. It'll feel like you're turning the car, but it ain't responding.
Yeah,
because it's tight and sliding the front tires across the track. But I imagine if we talk to him right now, that's what he's starting to feel.
It's so strange how some people get that and they just feel it. Like you and I, we just feel that, and we don't need inertia or G-forces or anything like that to know that that's what it's doing.
No, we've been doing it long enough, Coop. When that shit happens, crazy. We know that we're overdriving that sumbitch. Or
I just watched the 20-car bounce it off the wall.
Charneski, that ain't the first time tonight he's done that. And you're right, the 13 went by him, Adam McKinney. And I see a little bit of damage maybe on the right front.
Right rear's got a good bit to it.
We go to the chase, and yeah, you can see the spoiler got the little S shape in it. Bumper all bent up.
Looks like Andreessen is going to come down pit road.
Rear chase, right front's got a little bit of damage there.
Well, if Ford locked her up hard, he might have got a speeding penalty on that one.
Who?
Andreessen, the 04, came down the pit road, and he crossed that line at about, okay, he's good. He crossed to right at 47 mile an hour.
I'd say that's a good entry then. Is it
Yep.
time for green flag stops? Well, we got 20 to go. Now that's 45 to the finish, Coop. You can't go 45. We know you can go 35, though. I'm looking at the leader right now. 2.2 seconds over second place of Corey Cook, actually. Austin Wagner had problems, Coop.
Oh, check that right front.
I'm headed there. I don't see any damage on the right front.
Maybe he just fell off the pace enough. He burned it up trying to keep up with Jeff. And
I don't know. I mean, there's no damage on the right side of the car, but he's definitely went from second back here to fifth now. You see,
Rick Fagon's up there in third, and he's working on the 61 of Corey Cook. Corey's got a little damage too.
I'm watching that as Fagon in that 10 car makes a move to the bottom of the 61. Fagon gonna get her done. He's side by side right now. Philip Temple's going to try to move in and take advantage of this 2x2 action. We might get him 4 wide here in a minute. Corey Cook, second place. Rick Fagon, 10 car. Third place right there. Or we'll call it a contested second. Good run for the 10 right there. Good run off the corner. Rick Fagon side by side with the 61. They're close. Look at that, though. The 22's moving in. Fagon's got him cleared. Slide job, Coop. And the 61 can't do the crossover because the 22's there. 61.
Breaking away free on that one.
Yeah, you see Philip Temple's in the 22 side by side with Corey Cook right now. Oh, they're close coming off the corner. 61 gets a little better run off that higher line, but the 22 is going to send it in a little bit deeper on the bottom this time. 22 is going to hit the brakes and bring it to pit road. So's the 61. Both of them coming in here.
I think that was a last-minute decision by Corey to bring her down.
Looked like it was, and I think that they're following suit with the 14 car, who's coming off of pit road right now. Oh, you better watch coming off pit road that way. He almost crossed that line, Coop.
That was close.
That'll give you an unsafe pit exit.
I believe the 10 car is going to come down pit road. He would be the new leader right now. 19's going to stay
10 cars
out.
locking them up. Coming to pit road right now. On pit road, Rick Fagon. Valvoline number 10 car. Wagner, I'm showing as the leader. Wagner will take this a little bit farther. We've seen that. But I don't remember when they went back to green, so I can't tell you how many laps they got. I think they probably got about, well, yes, I can. He's 33 on the stint, so he'll come in the next lap or two.
Yeah, they went green on lap 56.
Yep. I can look and see how many laps they've been exactly on the stint. Charneski, though, is showing only 31 laps on his stint, so he's got about 2 laps to the good there. Man, doing the math on this thing, if you could stretch it to 90, Coop, you could do this on one more stop. Now, Charneski can make it. I'm looking at how many Charneski's got, and he can do it. The 19 of Wagner needs to be able to stay out until lap 90. So that's 3 more laps. It's going to be 88 when he takes the line now. He's 35. I can tell you between the next lap or two, he's really taking a chance of it running out of fuel, Coop.
Let's see what he's got up his sleeve.
He is trying to stretch it out here. I mean, this is the stuff I look at when I'm racing. I try to math it out.
This is the stuff we love when we're watching racing.
Absolutely, because we try to figure out what they're thinking and doing.
He's bringing it down.
He can't stretch it no farther, and I wouldn't be surprised he don't run out of gas on pit road, to be honest with you. He's going to fall a little bit short, but he can save that, Coop. The one I'm going to keep an eye on, though, Charneski pitted, and why is the question. Why would the 20 pit? He could have made it to lap 90. He could have made it, Coop.
I don't know, man. I think some of these guys need spotters. I think they need somebody outside of the car to think for them because they're so focused on what's in front of them.
He could have made it. I done mathed it out. He could have made it if he would have ran another 2 laps. And wouldn't have had to save fuel or nothing. That's the thing. Wagner's coming off pit road now. We'll have to see staying out there that long how far back it drops him, but none of that's going to matter if he can run this last run on the fuel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those other guys pitted way too early to make it. I know they can't make it from here, but that 19 car can stretch it. So if this thing goes green right now, from what I'm counting, I'm going to say the winner is probably going to be the 19 car.
Based off math.
Based off math. Good. Yep. Meanwhile, the guy that don't want to hear me talking that way is the guy leading it. That's the 14 of Jeff Martin. But you can see right now, I mean, just do the math. Garrett Helmlinger in second's got 8 laps on the stint, right? If you pitted right now, if you come off, here's the deal. If you come off pit road right now, you could run balls of the wall for 30, 35 laps. We know that. Yeah. But coming to that point, Martin's already got 7 laps on his tires. You see what I mean? Already got 7 laps of fuel on it. He can't make it. Garrett Helmlinger, 9 laps. He can't make it. Corey Cook, 6 laps. He can't make it. Philip Temple, 6. Can't make it. Ricky Fagone, 5 laps. Close. But probably can't make it, Coop. Or has to save more. The only one that can back off the gas and save enough is going to be the guy with 2 laps on his tires, and that's going to, or 3 laps on the tires, and that's Austin Wagner. So mathing it out, Wagner's in the driver's seat if it goes green.
We'll have to wait and see.
We're going to find out, ain't we? That's what it's all about, though. That's what WFO is all about. Really, it's all about wide fucking open. And if that was the case, the 14 is doing the best job of that so far tonight. As I say that, though, Helmlinger's actually cut into the lead just a little bit.
Yeah, he picked up a couple tenths that time by. Corey Cook and Philip Temples are battling it out for 3rd place.
So Garrett Helmlinger trying to figure out how to get up there. He's tied for 3rd in points with Troy Cook, about 11 points out in the K&N series here.
Oh, 22 on the apron.
Watkins Glen did not help him out much. Yeah, they stay clean, though. 22 is going to move in behind the 61. We do appreciate everyone tuning in to watch the broadcast tonight. I've seen a nice group of you come in here. Hold a pretty steady audience tonight, Coop.
Try to sustain it. Hello, everyone.
Maybe it's the Trump love. It's the support for the Trump.
You gotta... Okay. I'll tell you that story. Friend of mine that I work with, it's actually related to my wife. His daughter came home from school the other day, and she was all upset. She told her mom what happened, and her mom mentioned it to her dad, but didn't tell her exactly what was said. And so she goes to tell him. She said, "This little boy on the bus, he said the D word." And he said, "What's the D word?" She said, "He just said the D word." He said, "It's okay, you can say it, you know, you're not going to get in trouble." And she said, he said Democrat. Swear to God. And this little girl, she's like 4, 5.
That's funny.
Oh, it's hilarious.
He said Democrat.
And her dad is very, very conservative, so I bet he probably cried laughing from that one.
Cruising back here to about the 14th spot. Wondering what happened to the 3-car, Mr. Amy. He's got 6 laps on the stint. Wondering if the pit stop bit him.
You're going to move that 22 up to third place. Sorry about that.
Oh, I'd say that damage on the right front of that car is probably the culprit of what bit the 3 car.
That 22 is on the move. Moving up to second now.
I would think he'd be saving a little bit of fuel, Coop.
Which car?
Oh, no, not the 22. I'm sorry.
I'm watching the 22 just move right on through here.
This is a good battle right here. 22,
Yeah.
77,
Ooh.
61. You see Corey Cook in that 61 looking on the inside.
I think these two are getting
Oh, man, that's close right there. The 22 diamond the corner and really close to the 61. You
I've been
see,
watching
though,
these two battle for about 10 laps now, and they're getting impatient with each other.
the 22 can really kind of get out on him a little bit running that line. I don't know, 61 able to make a good turn out of the center of the corner there. I think he might get by the 77 going into the corner. It's going to be close, but I think he can drive it in a little deeper and clear me. Don't. 77 sends it in deep on the top, but the 77 pays a price. Now Rick Fagone in the 10 car making a move. Easily clears the 77. That was a case where the 77 should have let him go, Coop.
Where he backed it up a little more than
Right. He
saved it.
He sent it in there to try to stay up beside him's what he did.
Yeah.
And it washed up before he got to the center.
He could have maybe pulled a crossover in the exit.
I'll tell you, these guys fighting like that have given Jeff Martin a 3.2 second lead.
And that puts Austin Wagner. He's back about 4.5 seconds.
Wagner, though, I'm watching his lap times, and he's running similar times to the guys in front of him. But he don't have to back it down yet. There's 26 to go. He can back it down at the 10 to go mark and make it. And he just got to back it down a little bit, Coop. He's only got to save a lap. It's going to be close, man. That's what makes it fucking exciting. Who's going to be next after him in line now?
Who's next?
Zach McDaniel. Zach McDaniel is on the same tires that Wagner's on. So if Wagner failed to do it, McDaniel could have a shot at it. And then I go all the way down to Troy Cook in the 16th spot before I find anyone else, and he's 2 laps down.
Yeah. I think Troy's still kicking himself for not taking that wave by.
Yeah, it's hard. I sometimes you hope the cautions will fall your way, you know. But it really the race started off and it took on a long green flag run right from the start, and then we got that caution almost halfway in between, and then we've been on a long green flag run again, and we're 24 laps away from finishing this thing. 23 now, and we're going to do that on one caution if that's the case, Coop. All right, so driver of the day update. Hal's got 15 votes. Troy has 5. The 13 of Adam McKinney has 1. The 92 of Dylan Altum has 1. The 9 has a vote, and I know that the one that was missed there is the 14, which has a vote as well. So that's Jeff Martin, and then the 9 is Red the Barber, Tyler Lambert. There we go.
I was watching another battle shape up between the 61 and the 10, but the 10 didn't get a good run, and 19's to his outside now.
Man, these guys are still going at it. 19, 10. You can see the 19's actually moving up some spots.
Yeah. I think the 10 lost a lot of ground there on that exit of 2, and he's coming right back, though.
10 cars coming at pit road. 10 car, pit road. He split the run, Coop.
He pretty much decided he wasn't going to make it. Said, fuck it, I'm going to take him now.
Well,
going green to the end.
He was a lap or 2 off what the 22 had done.
The 19?
Or 19, I'm sorry. Yeah, 22's and 20 laps right now. Martin's at 21. Austin Wagner's the one sitting in the catbird seat. And then behind him, it's going to be Zach McDaniel.
And he's up here fighting for the fourth or third and fourth. So
Well, I can tell by Austin's his Wagner's lap times that he hasn't saved as of yet, Coop.
oh man, them
Hey.
guys in front of him though.
He's in a tight battle with that 22 and that 61. 20 laps to go this time. I like Fagonde in the 10-car strategy there. On working a different strategy. I like that. He stopped.
Especially if
Leaders
Wagner
on pit road. Leaders on pit road. 14's on pit road right now. So your leader's going to give up a 3.5-second lead, bring it down pit road right here. I want to watch his pit stop to see what he does. I want to see if he does no tires, 2 tires, or 4 tires. I'm going to say he does 4 tires coming in this early. So car stopped. Fuel only.
I don't know if I would rely on a caution free between the 22 and the 61. They're destined to crash each other.
14 took fuel only. At the time it takes to put that much fuel in, I would have had right side tires put on the thing. We know 2 tires work here.
Yeah, it's
So
not
you're
gonna hurt you.
New leader is going to be the 22, 61, and 19. No, I'm just kidding. It's the 22, but the 61 ain't far from it.
Nope.
Now 22 is going to stay on the track. This is one hell of a battle. 61's going to get a good run, though, off the center and clear him.
So Wagner was thinking about taking it 3 wide there for a second.
I don't know why Wagner's racing these guys this hard. They can't make it on fuel. Wagner backs it up a little bit and saves a lap. He can. You know what I mean?
Maybe he's drafting. I don't. Maybe he's a draft just keeping him there, and he's just gonna float behind these cars and save the fuel.
22 is running the lower line. He's pitting. He's pitting. Good. Well, that was the arm falling off my chair. Good news is Vern didn't damage itself, so we're good.
Arms on chairs are just chairs for your arms.
It will almost become my arm and ass on the floor is what it about become there. So 22 on pit road. His car went up on the jack. And he's fueling gone. Meanwhile, back up front, Wagner's just running the goddamn wheels off that car, dude. I'd let him go because the next one coming to pit road's Corey Cook. Wagner got him. He cleared him.
Right now, if we don't have a caution, I'm looking at Ricky Fagon. Because I don't think that Austin's going to be able to save that much fuel.
Well, the one that can, and he's definitely backed his lap times down to do it's the 42 of Zach McDaniel. I know I've talked about it just a little bit. He's on the same amount of laps that the leader's on. And
Zach's sitting back in the 4th place.
His lap times have been consistently about 0.3 of a lap slower than the leader. And he's sitting P4 on the board right now. So I can tell you if Wagner goes balls to the wall and falls short, that 42 car is going to finish it off. We got to see where Fagon's at. He's all the way back to 8th right now, and he's actually being scored a lap down.
Yeah, but that's because these top 7 cars have not pitted yet.
But Jeff Martin is back out on the track ahead of him on the lead lap.
With fuel only, though.
Right. But what's the distance between him and Martin? 5 seconds?
Austin Wagner is 28 seconds ahead of him. I don't know relative to where Fagon and Martin are with each other, but I don't think that Jeff's going to be able to stay ahead.
I don't know, but this is a weird car with the tires, man. You can cool it off, and it almost feels like there's a new set on it sometimes.
It looks like Rick's going to fight for his lap back right here. Ricky's passing the leader now.
Yeah, 19 is the leader. 61 still out. Zach McDaniel, though, up to the 3rd spot right now.
Well, this will give us a reference time-wise how far back Ricky is from Jeff.
Yeah, now it'll update it on my scoring, so I'll be able to see it.
So it's only a, 4-second gap, actually.
Between
5
him,
seconds, roughly.
5, but well,
There's a 28.5 and a 33.2 from the leader, so I chalk it up about 5 seconds between Jeff and Ricky.
3.3 maybe. No,
Well, mine's
between.
way off. It's 28. And,
It's 3 seconds between him and Blankenship. Martin's up in the second spot now. 61 pit road, I'll bet. Yep, just exiting pit road. So Wagner's still your leader. There's 10 laps to go. Wagner's backing the speed up now.
it looks like he's starting to save.
He's saving fuel. That's absolutely what he's doing. But the question is,
A little too late.
did he wait too late to do it? I can tell you a guy that didn't know. I'm watching him, the 42 car, Zach McDaniel. So McDaniel's got to be smart here, and I think he knows that. He don't need to be fighting these guys around him. He needs to let them go. And McDaniel's saving even more fuel than the 19 is, and he's been doing it for a while, Coop. I think the 19 might have waited too late.
Yeah, I think he's going to run out probably within the next 5 laps.
So we got the 19 in fuel conservation mode. The only guy, the first guy I know that's got tires and bowls of the wolves, the 10 car for going.
Here comes the 19 down pit road.
He knew he couldn't make it. I'm going to tell you the guy that's going to go for it, though. He's got the lead right now. This cat, 42 car.
Zach McDaniel.
Zach
He's
McDaniel.
looking good.
I mathed it out, and I said that if you save a little bit of fuel here, that you'd be able to make this run. And I can almost guarantee you the 42 is doing it. And what's his lead? It's pretty big, isn't it?
About 20 seconds.
Yep. So he's got 20 seconds and 8 laps to hang on here. Diana, don't worry about that count. It's easy to miss one or two every now and then. You see Hal Amy right behind him there, and I believe Hal is back in the 18th position now, 3 laps down.
That was spoken like a true Floridian.
What?
It's easy to miss a couple votes here and there.
It is. From Florida. I see him miss a couple fucking billion. The hanging shads.
Man, Zach's really saving. He gave up almost 10 seconds within the last 2 laps.
He's giving up a little too much at that pace, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he gives up another 10 seconds, he's going to be 2 seconds behind. Austin Wagner's the leader. I'm not kidding you. I think Austin Wagner come out ahead of him. I don't know how in the fuck that could have happened.
No,
I don't think timing and scoring updated on my board ride. Hold on. I'm showing Zach McDaniel by 6.9 seconds on the thing.
Yeah, I got Jeff T. Martin would end up leading this thing.
Yeah, I got McDaniel as the... I don't know why the leaderboard has fucking...
Nope, McDaniel's not going to make it. He's bringing it down pit road.
Oh, he should have stuck that out. So Jeff Martin got Rick Fagone, and the gap is 2 seconds. No, about a second and a half.
See if Ricky can go catching it.
Something is wrong with the scoring on Austin Wagner. I'm showing him and Jeff Martin as both P1.
I don't even.
And
have
Wagner's
Austin,
all the way.
I got Austin in 8th.
Austin's in like 8th place. Yeah. I'm gonna shut that down and restart it. It still did it.
You got Jeff Martin, Rick Fagone, and Philip Temple's your top 3. Then Larry Andressen, Corey Cook, Austin Wagner, Garrett Humlinger, Bert Wilson, and Zach McDaniel.
Jeff Martin leading this thing with 4 to go, but Rick Fagone caught him.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing Fagone got that 14 didn't is what?
Tires.
Yep,
fuel.
and I believe the tires is going to do it. Rick Fagone going to the outside of the 14 car. At the line, 3 laps to go. Pass for the lead right now.
Get him, Ricky.
Rick Fagone in the number 10 Valvoline car. Little bit different strategy between these two drivers on the last pit stop, but Jeff ain't going to make it easy on them. But I don't think it's going to be enough with that 10 car on fresh tires there. 14 really sends it into the corner deep. Oh, man, that's tight racing. The 10 car was a little bit afraid he was going to wash up the track on him. 2 to go right now. This is a race for the lead. Crossover. 10 car going to look to the inside now, the 14. I'm really impressed with the way the 14's been able to hang on here.
They are racing hard.
They are racing hard, side by side. 10 car on the inside, 14 in the middle. Man, that got close. We might have a green-white checker before this is over, Coop. No, the 10 car is going to clear him right here.
Whew, that's getting your heart pumping.
1 lap to go. The 10 car, Rick Fagone, taking it to the front. You see the 14 of Jeff Martin. That was a difference in tires, man. It really was. That's what it come down to. And Jeff Martin better watch it down here in 3 and 4. The 22 might pick up a spot on him. Philip Temple's in the 22, going to look to the inside of him in 3 and 4.
I think he's... Oh, man.
Oh, nope. Martin's going to get a little better run off the corner and bring it to the line. Boom, there it is. Your winner, the number 10 car, Rick Fagone. Is that Fagone's first win?
Yes, sir. He did it.
He did it.
The son of a bitch did it.
That son of a... You're right, it is. It's his first win. Congratulations, Fagone. I like having him in the booth anyway, Coop. I'm going to let you interview him, though. I know you got some history with him. He's one of your good buddies, so we'll let you have the interview. How's that?
10-4.
All right, so without further ado, Coop, there you go.
Ricky Fagone. You've got Bradley Cooper and Vern Bradley up here in the broadcast tower. You got a copy, buddy?
Oh, yeah. You got me?
Yeah. I'm clear.
Hell fucking yeah. I'm sweating my fucking balls off right now. Let me tell you.
3 to go, and you timed it perfectly, dude. You were all up on that 14. I think you guys were touching each other into 3 there when you passed.
Well, it is tight as the car is when you're overdriving it. It's hard not to wash up the track, and I don't know. I'd have to see the replay. I don't know if he got me earlier than that, or maybe the second or third lap, but that was good, clean racing on Jeff's part. He was obviously the class of the field as far as my vantage point, because I don't think I saw him until the last 5 laps. He was out there. So whatever happened on that pit strategy and whatever I did for me ended up benefiting me, and I guess in the race. So we'll take this W.
Well, you split that run there and pitted about lap 108, well before everybody else started pitting, and that seemed to really benefit you. The tires seemed a lot faster. Pretty much chalk that up to that.
Yeah, 2 tires was the answer tonight. Like I said, I don't know whether he tried to save time by
I think he no-tired it.
Only, or if he no-tired it.
Yeah, that's what I think happened.
I think 2 was definitely the ticket, because I don't know how far back I was on him before the pits. But
you made up some time. There's no doubt. He was a good long
ways away. The thing was actually a lot looser there through the exit, so it was driving like a champ. I don't know if I'd take left side tires at all.
Well, you made up a lot of time. You sat around the top 5 all night, but you drove a hell of a race, and you outsmarted a lot of guys. We thought we were going to have a long green flag run there for the 19. He was stretching it further than anybody else.
19 and 42 both. I thought both of them had a shot at stretching it out. I'm still not sure they did, and I don't know if they mathed it right.
Right. Well, I saw either 21 or 19 to go, and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to pit now and hopefully try to make up some time, because I lost a bunch of time of people short bit in the previous 2 green flag stops. So I went for it, and I had 4 tires selected. I checked it and unchecked it 3 fucking times. I almost hit the wall 4 or 5 times. So I'm tickled to death. I hate to steal one from Jeff, but that's exactly what took place tonight. I'd run him down and got him with a lap to go.
Hey, you did it fair and square, Rick. I mean,
we love to watch that.
it was when we watch races have a lone green flag run like that, and then it's just separated by a last lap battle. That's what it's all about.
I have a tendency of giving people way too much room than what they need because I've got a big single monitor, and it's hard to get close to people. But when it comes down to the last lap, it doesn't really fucking matter at that point.
Monitor got a lot wider when it came down.
Got a lot wider.
Yeah.
Man,
well, that was good race. Good racing with everybody. Shoot, who was it we was racing with? Philip Temples. That was good running with you, man. That was.
Yeah, he's a good
appreciate
dude.
The fellas there we've been racing with, and right from the start of the front to right to the back of the field. I appreciate everyone in here, and it makes it a lot of fun to race and not have to listen to people cry and piss and moan a lot. So it's
definitely, man.
Absolutely, man. Congratulations, Rick.
All righty, thank you.
All right, that was the leader, or the winner, Rick Vagone. Now we got to find Jeff Martin. We'll see. I don't think he took tires, Scoop.
I don't think he did either.
Let me move him up here and find out. Jeff Martin, this is Vern and Coop up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Did you do 2 tires there? No tires? What happened?
I knew I should have took 2. I took none so I could get out, and I knew because the first time I went out, my right front was a little wore out pretty good. It was pretty good wore out. So the second time I went in, I managed to I figured out how to save it. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to take fuel and go. And it would have worked except for when we come off 3 and 4 for that last lap, when I stayed to the outside of Ricky and we kept swapping back and forth and I was holding him off. That was all that I had in tires. And it's almost like I felt the tires give up and say, no, that's it.
Man, I seen it. I seen that last stop, and I didn't see your car go up on the jack, and I'm like, uh-oh. This is going to be close.
The whole lap before that, I was going over it and over it in my head. Do it, don't do it, do it, don't
You needed about 1.5 laps, Jeff. That was it, about 1.5 laps. But you pretty much dominated the race with that 14 car tonight, so I don't think there's anything.
I like Kentucky.
I don't believe there's anything to hold your head down about. That was just an awesome race.
Not at all. No, I enjoyed it. I love Kentucky. I hate Homestead, and I think I dominated that there last year at the race we're going to next week.
Well, you and the 10 did it clean at the end there. Put on a great show for all the fans. No doubt all the people we had tuned in love to see that finish like that. And you guys put on a great show, Jeff, for sure.
I was trying my best to make sure I didn't come up into him, go down into him, and I was just trying to watch him, and all of a sudden, here's fucking Philip. I was like, where the fuck did he come from?
He took tires there, too.
I got down there and pinched him a little bit, and I think he backed off, so I didn't hit him, but he raced clean, and Rick raced clean. I like everything was great, man. I loved it.
Man, you guys put on a hell of a race, and like I was telling him, to go as many green flag laps as you did there at the end, and for it to literally come down to car lengths between first and third is pretty impressive.
Yeah, it was.
So you got anyone you want to thank while we got you up here, Jeff?
Oh, yeah, you guys for broadcasting, and Coop for staying into the shallows, and Southeast Motorsports and Doug Turner, because he paints my cars, and that's the Rednecks Racing. That's a group we had a long time ago, and we never changed the name. And Tito's Vodka. And
awesome, man. Jeff, thanks for putting on a good show there. I'm going to leave you in here while I go get Philip, though, and bring him up.
Go ahead.
I'll find
while
him
you go fill him up. What?
You guys did touch going into
Phillip.
3 there on that second to last lap.
We did?
Yeah, you guys definitely
I didn't get a 0 or a 0X. That's why I didn't think we took.
All right, Coop. You want this one?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take that.
You're up. Never mind. Let me move him back down. All right, Coop.
Philip Temples, this is Vern Bradley, Bradley Cooper, and Jeff Martin up here in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yep.
Well, sir, you pulled off a third place. You were looking at second there that last lap. Looked like you had a pretty good car. You were battling with Corey Cook for a while. That's what was going on through your mind there.
I was just trying to keep it off of him. Give him some room.
You had a lot of long green flag runs in this race tonight, and I haven't met you before, but you seem like you were a pretty clean guy. Vern said you run a lot of road courses lately, but you look like a oval guy tonight.
Well, I cut my teeth on the short tracks. Vern and I used to race together at some league. We won't mention
One of
the
those
name.
leagues. We don't mention their name, though, do we?
No.
We've moved on to greater places since then.
Yeah, well, I just don't want to throw anybody under the bus right now, you know.
Yeah, neither do I. We met. There's a group of us that have stayed pretty close since then, Philip, and we've raced against each other a lot. We love racing against each other, and we're all still friends. So that's one way to look at it. We just won't mention where it was at that we all met.
There you go.
The strip club.
It's worse than that.
Yeah.
Talking about burning rubber.
It is a pleasure to meet you there, Philip, and you did a hell of a job. You did a good job keeping it clean and raced a hell of a race tonight.
Yeah, I thought taking those 2 tires might turn out, but that 10, boy, he must have had a well of a pit stop. I mean, he just shot out of there like a cannon. I was hoping they would race one more lap.
It was the 2 tires he took. I was just asking him about that.
Yeah, that's what I took too. I needed something to make that thing turn. That car was like super tight.
Yeah, if we'd had to have one more lap, I'd have had to give up the spot because I wouldn't have.
Yeah, I felt like I was going to get into you there. I had to really slow up, or I was going to take you out. Just put it this way: I puckered up a little.
Well, there's still a lot of trial and error with this new tire model, but it seems like guys are really figuring it out, and they keep updating it. So I think it's here to stay, and
They're getting it.
You guys are doing a good job. So putting on a hell of a show. When it comes down to fuel
we had
strategy,
fun.
oh yeah, when it comes down to fuel strategy like that, we love it up here in the booth.
Man, it's awesome, Philip, to have you come back over here tonight and race with us. I know the road course has stolen you away for a little while, so how'd it feel to be back on the oval tonight?
Felt really good. I've been racing a few ovals. We raced Chicagoland last night, and that was a heck of a ride there. And we got the 24 Hours of Daytona coming up that we got to get ready for as well. We're gonna bring it home this year.
Well, good luck to you on that. That's actually one race that all the years I've been doing this, I never did.
Oh, Vern, it's a blast, man. I think we had 8 guys in there last year. I don't think between all of us we got maybe 2 hours.
I think I had to get my road license up to a Class C to do it.
You have to have a Class C.
You got sponsorship for that race? Race?
No, we sure don't.
What
Just
you got a 4-person team or a 3, or what do you guys got, Philip?
We'll probably run 6 guys.
Oh, wow.
And that's 4 hours of driving a piece. Last year, I think I drove just myself. I drove 6 hours. Between 3 of us, we drove 18 hours.
Wow.
And the rest of the 8 guys took the remainder of it. But coming down to the last within the last 3 hours, we had a shot to win the thing, and we ended up bringing it home third. We got a little damage there and slowed us up a little bit, but still third, man. Out of 65 guys that started that race, man, that was a blast.
Yeah, that's good stuff right there, no doubt.
Well, speaking of third, brought it home third tonight. Did a hell of a job. You got anybody you want to thank for that?
Oh, just my wife for putting up with me doing this.
Watching you drive 6 hours at a time.
Nah, she goes to bed and yells at me when I wake her up.
I'm surprised our wives haven't formed like the Wives of iRacing Club yet.
They did.
They probably did behind our back, huh, Jeff?
It's called the Powder Puff Club.
That's
coming up next.
That race is
Powder
coming
Puff
up.
Widows.
After this season's over, next week is our season-ending race, and I'm going to put, through the holidays, just to have a little fun, we're going to do 3 powder puff races. 2 in
Oh,
the
that sounds
2 in the K&N and 1 in the trucks. The K&N at Daytona, the K&N at Talladega, and then the trucks at California. And that's it. That's our 3-race series, and we're going to tally the points. And we are going to have our first WFO Racing League powder puff champion.
that is cool. I wish I could get my wife to do that, but she can't. She can't take these 3 monitors.
We're trying to get Massengill to sponsor it.
Oh, there you go. The Kotex Cup, huh?
Wouldn't that be pretty cool if Kotex or one of them stepped up and sponsored that?
Oh yeah, that'd be a blast, man.
Maybe we'll have to send a clip out, Coop. And we got to get it sponsored by what? What do I drink? Country Time Lemonade. We have to get Country Time in there, too. Philip, good run tonight, man. Jeff, good run for you tonight. We have
Sponsored by Country Time Massengale.
Oh. All right. We have a driver of the day we have to get to. And does anyone want to guess who our driver of the day is?
Bradley Cooper.
Bradley.
Negative.
Congratulations, Coop.
It wasn't me. I didn't drive a single lap.
Oh, I think everybody here knows who the
That don't
driver of
matter.
the day is.
That don't matter. Hal's not drove a single lap in one race, and he's still up.
All right, Coop. You want this one? You want me to get it? What do you want?
Oh, I'll take it. Apparently, I have a Origin installer on my computer right now taking over, but yeah, I'll get through it.
All right, there you go.
How Amy? We
What's
got
up?
Vern Bradley, Bradley Cooper, Tim Hamlet.
Oh, you don't have to list all them names, Coop.
We got all these people.
We got the Bradley and Bradley show.
Yeah, how's
The
it going?
double Bradley.
Guess what you got today?
Nash kicking.
Well, besides that, you got driver of the day, sir.
That's awesome.
Most votes from all the fans that watched WFO Racing on Tuesday night, and they deemed you driver of the
Them
day.
all them loyal fans.
What the hell was going on out there, Hal? You had like a stint there where you just took off and went to 10th, and
Yeah, I don't even want to talk.
was the damn thing tight?
I don't understand how you all of a sudden you get a 40-second penalty for speeding off pit road. So there's a lap and a third.
A 40-second penalty.
Yep.
Yeah, somebody else got one too. They must
Bulls.
have changed. They must have changed something. Maybe someone needs to look at it because that was always like 15.
Yeah, it was 40.
Yeah, they. I was reading through the notes, and I know I read through a lot of them on the release notes, and I had copied and pasted in here. But they also changed something since they released that update on that last batch of updates we did. So we'll have to check and see what it is. The other thing, when we used to have a problem with when cautions would fall at certain tracks and guys wouldn't slow down for the pace car, and it would put them a lap ahead, they fixed that supposedly.
Oh,
We'll
really?
see. We'll see next week.
We'll find out because Homestead's one of the tracks it'll happen at, Coop.
Yep.
But how
Oh, yeah.
Lamey, the fans come out in big support for that 3-car again tonight. And you didn't disappoint them, man. We watched you go from 18th up there into the top 10, and you were a little bit back and forth tonight, but you finished a race. That's what it's all about, Hal. The penalty on pit road took the 3-car out of contention for it. And when you got
Last K&N race with this wheel.
last one with that wheel, that's right. You're upgrading next week, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Fans going to look for some exciting stuff. I'm going to look at that fan base double between now and next Tuesday night, probably.
Lucky son of a bitch. He's got a wife that'll let him upgrade his wheel.
He didn't
She
ask
ain't
her.
got it.
She got a choice.
She's just now finding out, actually.
Yeah.
No, she got it off the truck for me.
Oh, did it come in today, Hal?
Yeah, I got it.
You got it, so you'll be racing with it tomorrow night.
Oh, I won't. I got to work tomorrow.
Are you not racing tomorrow night?
No, I won't be. I won't have it on.
Oh, you won't have time to get... Well, have her do it for you while you're at work.
No, then I'll be going backwards or something, or the wheel will fall.
Just have her go to work for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Well, not only that, but I got an appointment with my dad in the afternoon, so I'm hoping I'll be back.
Gotcha, man. Hopefully everything
How
goes good.
How do I tell how many laps I did lead? I've never asked that, but I led
The
a lot.
results. If you pull the results up from the race, Jeff, it'll show you.
I got it right here.
You were flying.
Dude, I love Kentucky, but fuck. I knew I was going to make a mistake somewhere. I was like, two tires, no tires, two tires, two tires. No,
two tires were the way to go. 2 tires.
I'm still in the race thing. I can't do it here. I got to do it from the. I can do it.
Hal, I think you had like 16 or 17 votes tonight, man.
That's cool. I appreciate it.
So that's awesome.
Hopefully we can get this thing figured out and get a little bit more.
Well, tomorrow you'll have the new wheel, and you might not get it for the race tomorrow night, but like you said, you're going to have a week to test for it before our K&M Pro Series race next Tuesday, our finale at Homestead. So.
Oh yeah, that'll be on this race.
That'll give you time. So I don't know.
There might be a big flea market of this whole rig for sale.
Big flea market of the whole rig for sale now.
Vern, I don't know, man. If I got to bring a new wheel and it was state of the art, might be worthy of calling off work for a day. Get me a day off.
I can't do
that. Can't do that.
You have your own business, right?
Yeah, but I got a lot going on right now. But
yeah, and all that stuff with your dad, man. Get that stuff taken care of, Hal.
Yeah, I got to deal with that tomorrow.
If you need anything, give me a call.
Oh, I will.
No more than a phone call away, man. With that said, I got to do points and everything like that. And I appreciate you guys running the race tonight and only bringing out one caution. That was awesome. Got us done at a decent time. And I thank everybody for coming into the broadcast. We had quite a few people in there watching at one time for a little while. We appreciate the heck out of that. We'll see everyone tomorrow night when the Wicked Wednesday Truck Series shows up at Kentucky. So any drivers that want to come out and take their chance in the trucks tonight, come on out. Everybody's invited, even though it is chase race number 4 or 5. That the guys that aren't in the chase are still invited to come out and race and have fun with these guys. And the fans are invited to share the broadcast, like it, send it to other people, hit the subscribe button, whatever you guys do it. And we'll see you tomorrow night for the Wicked Wednesday Truck Series.
All right, I got the results pulled up. So how do I do it now?